You think you've been doing it right, but most miss the one secret that turns a moment into absolute ecstasy. Excited. In just a few minutes, you're going to learn 5 expert moves that awaken every nerve and ignite uncontrollable desire. Listen closely. This isn't about guesswork. It's about reading signals, mastering technique, and creating reactions that leave a lasting impression. You'll discover how subtle shifts in pressure, rhythm, and touch can drive wild anticipation every single time. Whispers. If you want the full breakdown of all 5 moves, stick with me because I'm about to reveal exactly how to turn intensity into instant pleasure. All about setting the stage, and it starts with a deliberate, slow approach that immediately signals attention and intention. Curious. The key is to focus on mapping every reaction using lips, tongue, and subtle shifts in movement to explore the most sensitive zones. It's not about rushing, it's about awareness, feeling every response and adjusting pressure and speed accordingly. Start with gentle, teasing contact that draws attention without overwhelming, letting anticipation build naturally. Size. Breathing, slight pauses, and tiny shifts in motion amplify every sensation, creating a magnetic pull that keeps the focus entirely on the experience. It's essential to maintain confidence while staying completely attuned, letting instinct guide each movement. The power of this move comes from creating a tension that begs for release, where each slight change, slower glide, firmer touch, or delicate flick, elicits a reaction that grows progressively stronger. Whispers. Mastering this first move ensures that everything that follows is more intense, more intimate, and far more unforgettable, transforming a simple touch into an electrifying, immersive experience. Focuses on mastering the balance of pressure and precision, knowing exactly how much intensity to apply at every moment. It's about paying attention to subtle shifts in response, adjusting firmness and delicacy to maximize sensation. Too light, and the effect is lost. Too heavy, and it overwhelms. Thoughtful. The secret lies in variation, alternating between gentle caresses and firmer, more deliberate strokes to keep the body on edge, anticipating the next wave of sensation. Every touch should feel intentional, each motion measured and confident, showing control while remaining responsive. Lips and tongue work together, exploring with circular, flicking, or sweeping patterns, never repetitive, but always mindful of reaction. Exhales. Breath, timing, and slight pauses amplify every touch, creating a dynamic rhythm that intensifies anticipation. Observing micro-reactions, from a shiver to a subtle shift in tension, provides instant feedback that guides the next move. This method transforms simple contact into a conversation of pleasure, where every stroke communicates attention, mastery, and a growing, irresistible intensity that pulls the entire experience into a heightened, unforgettable state. All about mastering motion and using it strategically to hit the most sensitive areas repeatedly without losing rhythm or control. It's not just about moving randomly. Every circular, sweeping, or flicking motion is intentional, designed to maximize stimulation and maintain focus. Curious, variation is key. Small, precise circles can tease and build tension, while wider, slower motions spread sensation and create a more immersive experience. The lips, tongue, and subtle shifts in angle work together, creating layers of stimulation that feel both surprising and irresistible. Excited. Timing plays a huge role here, knowing when to linger and when to shift, keeping the experience unpredictable and thrilling. Reading reactions closely allows adjustments mid-motion, amplifying pleasure in a natural, responsive way. Breathing, subtle pauses, and pressure changes enhance every sensation, making every movement feel deliberate and full of purpose. Excited. By mastering this third move, each motion becomes a powerful tool, creating waves of intensity that build gradually, making the experience far more electrifying and impossible to forget. Revolves around rhythm and timing, understanding how alternating tempo can create waves of anticipation that are both thrilling and irresistible. It's about knowing when to speed up and when to slow down, using contrast to keep the senses heightened and attention fully engaged. Curious. A steady pace builds familiarity, but sudden changes, a faster flick, a lingering pause, a gentle tease, break expectations and amplify every reaction. It's not mechanical. Every shift should feel natural, responding to subtle cues and micro reactions. Breath, pressure, and motion all work together to craft a dynamic, flowing experience where tension rises and falls in a controlled, intoxicating way. Excited. Alternating rhythms prevent predictability, turning each movement into a fresh, electrifying sensation. This approach requires mindfulness and focus, staying attuned to every subtle shift in response while confidently guiding the intensity. By mastering rhythm and timing, the experience transforms from simple stimulation into a powerful, immersive journey where anticipation and release intertwine seamlessly. Sighs, heightening sensation, and creating a memory that lingers long after the moment ends. All about presence and connection, the subtle art of lingering and letting the sensations resonate fully. After intensity peaks, it's easy to rush or disengage, but staying present amplifies the impact of everything that came before. Gentle, attentive touch, soft pressure, and lingering movements extend the experience, creating a sense of intimacy and closeness that goes beyond the physical. Every breath, pause, and subtle shift in motion communicates attention and care, reinforcing the emotional connection while maintaining the heightened physical response. Eye contact, if possible, and subtle body cues deepen the feeling of being attuned, making every sensation more memorable and profound. It's about pacing the afterglow, allowing anticipation to ebb naturally rather than forcing a quick finish. So tension and pleasure coexist beautifully. By remaining fully engaged, each lingering touch transforms into a powerful signal of awareness and mastery, turning the moment into an immersive, unforgettable experience where intensity fades gently into connection, leaving the body and mind fully satisfied, soothed, and craving more without a word being spoken. All about the follow-through, the art of aftercare, and sustaining connection once the peak of intensity has passed. It's easy to think the experience ends at the climax, but lingering attention, gentle touch, and quiet presence extend the emotional and physical impact far beyond the moment. Subtle caresses, soothing strokes, and slow, intentional movements reassure and comfort, reinforcing the sense of closeness and trust. Awareness is key. Reading body language, adjusting pressure, and responding to small shifts ensures that every action feels considerate and attuned. This phase is not just about relaxation, it's about deepening the bond and creating a sense of intimacy that lingers in memory. Speaking softly, maintaining eye contact, and integrating gentle embraces or proximity amplify the after effects, making the entire experience feel complete and profoundly satisfying. By mastering aftercare, the intensity of the previous moves doesn't just fade, it transforms into lasting connection, emotional resonance, and an elevated sense of mutual satisfaction that turns an intense moment into an unforgettable shared experience. Mastery comes from more than just technique. It's about awareness, presence, and understanding how each movement, each shift in pressure, each subtle change in rhythm builds anticipation and intensifies sensation. Every step, from the slow, teasing approach to the lingering aftercare, works together to create an experience that is immersive, electrifying, and unforgettable. Confidence, attentiveness, and responsiveness turn simple touch into a conversation of pleasure, where every motion communicates skill, care, and intention. By integrating these 5 expert moves, the experience becomes not just physical, but deeply connective, leaving a lasting impression that resonates long after the moment ends. True mastery lies in balancing intensity with intimacy, anticipation with release, and technique with presence, transforming every interaction into a journey of heightened sensation, desire, and unforgettable connection. This is the art of creating experiences that are powerful, immersive, and impossible to forget.